Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
We'll wait for 2 minutes and then we'll start if people are joining in.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, so today we will be doing the next block, that is the eighth block, that is a passage to India. How many of you have read Passage to India?
Sir, I have seen the movie but not read the novel.
Oh, okay, okay. No, no, I'm just asking how many of you have read so that, I know how many of them gone.
Read the novel, sir, but a long time back.
Okay. Do you remember?
Same, same, sir.
Yes, sir, to some extent.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Okay, so okay, let's come to the. So let me introduce you to the writer. Okay, so the writer is E.M. Foster, who was born in 1879. Just a minute. Yeah, and his life spanning almost an entire century. His father died when he was an infant, and his mother moved with his him to Hertfordshire, where he went spent some unforgettable days of his childhood. And he studied at Tonbridge Public School from 1893 to 1897, and he went on to study at Cambridge, where he made good friends like John Keynes, Leonard Woolf, then Desmond McCarthy, and even Alfred Whitehead. And after graduating, please mute yourselves. And after graduating in 1901, he spent 2 years traveling in Italy and Greece. So you find when he, inherited a legacy from his great aunt, for which he was, forever grateful, because it enabled him to, lead a life of private means and, become a writer. So he published four novels in the first decade of the 20th century. And while, Angels Fear to Tread, that was published in 1903, The Longest Journey in 1907, and A Room with a View in 1908, and many more. um, he visited India in in the year 1912-13, and again in 1921-22, and he began his first draft of a passage to India after his first visit, and finally completed and published it in 1924. So he continued to publish a wide variety of books, including a critical work, aspects of novel in 1927, and he died in the year 1970. Okay, I can see two hands raised, Rashmita and Mazda. Anything you need? You want to say something?
No, sir.
Mazda, do you have something to?
What did you say, sir?
No, your hand was raised, so I was asking, you have something to say or add?
No, this is. I raised my hand when you asked about who read the book.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, Passage to India, if you see, while studying the novel by, um, like, if you say that E.M. Foster's, Passage to India was has been characterized. The characters, Foster, presented an admirable picture of India during the British rule, and while doing so, he showed not only the romance of the East, but the difficulty the Indians and the Anglo Indians had in mutual understanding. And you see, characterization, if we look at the characterization, before the characterization, let me tell you about um, the, the facts about the novel. So this is, as I said, it was published in 1924, but it was written in 1912 to 1924, and it was written both in India and England. And you find the historical, it is a historical fiction, or you can also say, a psychological fiction. And this is the literary period is, you can say, modernism is one of, the literary period. And you find this is basically, the setting is at Chandrapur in India and Mao in India. Okay. So you find in the text, oh, sorry, just a minute. So you find that Attila, Attila is the most important woman character in the novel. You find a, thoughtful and brave girl. Attila has, come to marry Mrs. Moore's son. So here, to decide, if she can live in India, and she represents the intellectual, emancipation of the middle class Edwardians. And when she visits the caves with Aziz in a haze of fatigue, she notices the nicks in the rock, and which lead her to the frightening discovery that she and Ronnie do not love each other. So you find she has a very bad habit of questioning. And as you see that, she asks Aziz if he has more than one wife. And this, shocks Aziz very much. And Adila is, tested before the challenge of the Marble Hills, and is not, seen in a very good light. And she has been affected by the echo in the cave, and cannot explain what made her behave in a very sorry, um, that so you find, this could not, it was not, it was she could not recognize, why her behavior was in such a way. So, and you find Mrs. Moore neither sympathizes with her nor helps her. And at the time of the trial, she is nervous and very still sick. And the writer tells us through Mr. Turton that it is women like that, these that make things difficult for the British and fracture the relation with the local people. So when people chant Mrs. Moore's name, her memory invades the courtroom and steadies Adila, and we are taken inside her mind again as she uh, moves towards mental crisis and nervous breakdown. So she's back in the Marabar Hills, and everything is astonishingly clear. Fielding is the only one to realize that she was going to have a nervous breakdown, and that his friend was saved, and the charge is withdrawn, and the court breaks up in clamor and confusion, and she goes with Fielding to his garden house, and he discusses what really happened in the caves, but she loses interest. So then you find Ronnie breaks off the engagement, and Adila goes back home, and there you find Mrs. Murray. Mrs. Murray, the next prominent woman character in the novel, has brief appearances in the novel. So, and is, dismissed before the trial, but her influence in the novel is felt long after she has, left the scene. And though she is very vulnerable to the negative echoes of the Marabar caves, her spirit lives on as a healing presence in the novel, and that is somewhere in the third part of the novel. And then you have Aziz. Aziz is the central, to the story, and he is a poet and by profession a surgeon. And when he is, snubbed by two English women at the civil surgeon's bungalow, it was, the first glimpse of the conflict which makes the story. So he walks home, and on the way he, turns into a small mosque to seek peace, and then he meets, Mrs. Murray, the old English lady who has fled from the English club to the peace of the mosque. So they develop a liking for each other, and he, escorts her back to the club where he meets, the other English woman, Adila. And the civil surgeon respects his professional competence. So he has the Muslim warmth and the sentiments, as well as the Muslim you know m- merc- mercurial nature and hue. So you find he has the eagerness and prickliness of Muslim youth, as well as the poise of the professional man. So when Aziz and Fielding becomes friend, they exchange confidences, and Aziz shows him photograph of his dead wife, as if admitting him as a brother within the Porda. So in the second part, you find when the visit to the caves begin, Aziz, behaves like a boy and is nearly in tears when Fielding and Godbole miss the train, and he undergoes a definite, change after the Marabar scandal, and you find he's a romantic dreamer, but the traumatic, trial awakens him and makes him, aware of the colonial, reality of British rule, and he is, discriminated against by the Anglo-Indian officials. Often you find, feels humiliated by their, attitudes towards him, but his desire for friendship with them, makes him take his rulers as a joke. So he realizes that he had been, foolish not to see the fact that he would, not be respected unless he has an, politically equal status. So you find his primary concern is not political. The change in him is most apparent in his attitude of poetry, And before you find the Marabar scandal, it was about the nostalgia for Islam, but after it, he is not, so easily swayed by his universal idea of Indians as before, because he realizes the fragmented reality of Indian society. Then you find Fielding. Fielding occupies a garden house where he and Aziz meets to make arrangements that will change their life. And he's almost middle aged and is a good tempered, balanced, and intelligent fellow who believes in education. And by coming to India in the middle age, he had the advantage over other Englishmen who came straight after their education without working in their own civilization. So he had difficulty in getting on with his own countrymen in Chandrapur. So partly because the women folk dislike him, and this may be because he found them insipid. So he is Foster's ideal image of an Edwardian. So, like Adila, Fielding is tested before the challenge of the Marabar Hills. Then we have Professor Godbole. Godbole is often, regarded as not really essential to be, to the plot, but is clearly, a very significant character. Like Mrs. Murray, he does not, have a consistent presence and has, brief but significant appearance in the novel. And he is always, disappearing at critical times, but his discussion of good and evil is important and puts, the events in the Marabar caves in their context. So his divine trance at the end of the novel, which expresses Foster's, desire for acceptance and charity, and his philosophy, which is his idea, of Hinduism, which can accept both confusion and mystery. Am I clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Excuse
sir.
me, sir.
Yes,
Excuse me,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
The
sir.
last few lines you told about that, I was not clear about.
About
Can
whom
you,
are you talking about?
sir, last you told that one, I was not able to hear clearly. Your voice was breaking. You told something that the divide and rule. After that, it was little bit of voice was not clear. Can you please, sir,
Oh,
in short?
I'm talking about Professor Godbole.
Yes, 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 sir.
Yeah, Foster, during the end of the novel, it expresses Foster's desire for acceptance and charity. Okay, and his philosophy with the idea of Hinduism, which can, which can accept both. Um, you can say, mystery or and even there was confusion. Am I
Yes, sir.
clear?
Thank you. Yes, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, talking about, if you if you see that, if you look at the structure of the novel, you'll see structurally many critics regard this novel as a masterpiece. Now, Foster has interwoven the physical and the metaphysical in the narrative to make a meticulously planned work of art. And the novel is divided into three sections. One is the mosque. The second is the anyone?
Sir.
Hindu
Temple.
temple and cave. Temple and the cave.
Yes, temple and the
Sorry,
cave.
caves, yeah.
Correct, correct. So you find Um, 1 minute. Yeah. So then you find, and all these, when we talk about mosque, when we talk about temple, when we talk about um, caves, what does it represent?
Religion.
I
Unity
think
of India.
caves represent confusion, lack of light, darkness.
What was the question, please?
The question I asked is, when we are talking about mosque, when we are talking about caves, and when we are talking about temple, what comes to your mind as a student of literature?
So generally, a religious institution, place for the Hindus, the
Yeah,
temples,
yeah, of
and
course. Yeah. But how do
mosque
they
is for the.
correspond?
Yes, sir.
How do they correspond? That is what I'm saying.
God. It corresponds to God.
Uh, to
Yes,
yes, to
yes,
God, correct,
yeah.
to God.
Some people they worship in the mosque, some in the cave, some in the temple. It depends
Temple. Depends.
on their gods.
And basically, if you see mosque, you find, relates to Islam, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes,
Yes,
we
yes,
go
sir.
to the
Yes, sir.
mosque to pray for the
Muhammad,
prayer.
to the Muhammad and Islam.
Hmm.
Temples is especially meant for the Hindus, and
Hindus.
it's open to everyone, but it's representative usually of the Hindu community
Yeah.
religion. And
And
caves, yes, about
caves, caves to Christianity.
Yes, because it refers to the birth of the Christ.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, and for the qualities of the character, you find the temperament which is associated with these ethnic groups. So, Foster himself said that these also, correspond to three sections of the Indian year. You know, Indian year. What are the three Indian years?
Sir, there is a quote in the book by
Hmm.
Ronnie when he said to his mother, India likes gods and Englishmen like posing as gods.
Can you please repeat again?
When Ronnie said to his mother, when they were discussing
Yeah.
after the part, he said to his mother, India likes gods and
Hmm.
Englishmen like posing as gods.
Englishman, sorry, likes.
Like posing as
Oh,
gods.
okay, okay. Posing like God. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, what do you interpret from this?
Uh,
That
well,
meaning the
what I know
suppression.
about India, that there is many religions, like different religions, and they every community worship God as in on its way. Uh, um, like India, it's what I got from this. Like India is a beautiful country, but Englishmen they are not there to enjoy this beauty. No, they are there to get everything. So they will be the gods of people over there. So they will treat them in a brutal way and get everything from people, nature. So this is colonization. and imperialism.
Okay, thank you, Mazda. Yes, Himani.
Sir, as I can understand, what I could make out of this statement is that India is a country of a lot of diversities, and so we have a lot of religions here. And so, the first part of the sentence, it claims that we love our gods. Yes, of course, we have a lot of gods. Hindus have a lot of gods. 33,000 कितना करोड़ उनकी variety है gods के. Then we have Muslim religion, Islam is there. Then we had Christianity, so we have our gods. And the second part of the sentence says that Englishmen loves to be their gods. So basically, they were the rulers of our country at that point of time, and they were suppressing us. They were exploiting our nation, our people, our resources, everything. And our destinies were in the hands of those people, those Englishmen, Britishers who were ruling us. That is what I could make out of the sentence, sir.
Yes, correct. So I think Mazda and your, interpretation is the same.
Yes, because I've never been in India, but I can imagine the landscape there.
Yeah, yeah. Mazda, have you been to India sometime?
No, no, not yet.
Okay. So we
May-
invite you. We invite you to India.
So she's gonna come to get her degree.
if if I make it, if
Yes.
I hit the score, I'll come. If I fail, so my husband won't take me there.
No, no, you will not fail. You will never fail. Rather, you'll. I'm confident that you will score good.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. So going ahead, yeah, I was asking about the three sections of the Indian year. So the three sections is the winter. The cool, the spring. Okay, the hot summer, and the monsoon, the wet monsoon. So the three sections emphasize certain qualities of mind and soul. And to the Muslim belongs the emotional nature, to the Anglo-Indian the intellect, and to the Hindus the capacity for love. So, viewed from the angle of plot, if you see, the novel has a very strong conventional plot. Adila's, arrival in India, her desire, to see the real India, and the expedition to the Marabar caves, her, accusation and the result of the trial, which have a conventional pattern of a beginning, and in complication and its final unraveling, you find there the novel is read in this manner, and the interest in the story is lost once the trial is over. So then you find, and the temple section appears to be a postscript, written as an afterthought. But when seen from the point of view, which is you know, which we were talking about, you see it talks about the essential part of the design, and Foster uses the traditional narrative method of the omniscient narrator in the novel, and you find the narrator overviews the actions, the comments for from any angle, and that can enter the minds of people like Aziz, Ronnie, Adila, or Fielding. And the narrator, sets the tone for each section, and shapes and controls the progress of the story, and reflecting the different points of view of the various ethnic sections. So you find this is how the structure of this novel has been set. So in many of the novels, you see Foster has made use of the symbols like circles, hollow, rooms, houses, caves, so many things. So the caves, if you see, are very important symbol in a passage of India. And in fact, you see, at the heart of the novel, literally, or you can say structurally as well as symbolically, you see this is an important symbol. Caves is an important symbol. So the caves are a plot device, because Adila's quest for the real India leads to the caves, and they bring out about the imprisonment and the trial of Aziz. Mrs. Murray decides to go home and dies on the way, and Adila's engagement is broken, and you find the friendship between Aziz and Fielding is endangered. So the caves also possesses a powerful symbolic force, in a frightening way. They represent the you know hostility of the Indian earth to European power and control. And both the Marabar Hills and caves, defy, understanding on the part of the characters in the novel. So for Mrs. Murray, the challenge of the caves is a spiritual one. She likes mysteries but dislikes what she calls muddles, and the Marabar Hills, and caves, appear to be a metaphysical muddle on a very grand scale. So for Adila, the challenge seems more, psychological, because they pose her barren emotional life, and the fear of the physical. And the caves, temporarily break the power of reason in her, bringing about mental and physical, breakdown. So you find, um, if we talk about the plot, the novel, as I said, that the novel is set during the British rule in India. Chandrapur is a town which is situated on the river Ganges um, in the northeastern India. So the famous Marabar caves are 20 miles away from this place, this town, and you find Adila quested, accompanies Mrs. Murray on a visit to Chandrapur to see her son, the new city magistrate, that is Ronnie. And Adila and Ronnie have met in England and their engagement is now to be confirmed. So Adila's wish is to see the real India, and Mrs. Murray meets a young, person, that is Dr. Aziz, by chance on an evening walk by herself. And Aziz has been, at a social evening with friends, which was disrupted by, imperious summons from his superior, Major Calendar, to the city hospital, and has also been snubbed by his wife, Mrs. Calendar. So a friendship, develops between him and Mrs. Murray, because he sees that she respects his religion. And the collector, Mr. Turton, arranges a bridge party at the club for Attila, where the English visitors can meet some local Indians. But this is not a success. The woman meets Cyril Fielding, who is the principal of the government college, and he likes their liberal attitude and invites them for tea at the college, along with Hindu Brahmins, Professor Godbole and Dr. Aziz. And he and Aziz had both wanted to meet each other. So Aziz, invites the ladies on an expedition to the Marabar Hill and the famous caves. So when Ronnie arrives, he is displeased by the informality, and they all feel uncomfortable. And Adila feels that Anglo-Indian life has changed Ronnie, and now she does not want to marry him. But a car accident brings them together, and they are engaged. And Fielding and Aziz, become good friends, and the expedition to the caves does not begin well, as Fielding and Godbole misses the train. So Mrs. Moody suffers from uh, claustrophobia. Do you know what is claustrophobia?
Fear of closed spaces.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. To feel congested when
Yeah,
you can't breathe properly.
yeah. A fear of close into a very small place. Yeah. So, and feels ill when she enters the first cave, and she is also overcome by a strange feeling caused by the cave's empty echo. So Attila and Aziz, go into the cave with the guide, and they become, separated and enter different caves. So the guide misses Attila and Aziz and sees her next at the foot of the hills, talking to an English woman, Miss Derrick, and with whom, she lives. On their return to Chandrapur, Aziz is arrested for molesting Adila in the inner cave, and an attitude of hospitality develops between the British and the Indian communities. And you find Fielding believes that Aziz has been falsely accused, and resigns from the club. And Adila complains of a very strange echo in her head and has a nervous breakdown. So you find Mrs. Murray believes Aziz to be innocent, but leaves for home and dies at the sea on the very day of the trial. And Adila, suddenly declares Aziz to be innocent, and the trial, breaks up in disorder. So you find Attila is, disowned by the Anglo-Indian community and is protected by Fielding, much to the displeasure of Aziz and his friends. And Ronnie, you find, breaks off the engagement, and Attila leaves for home. So Aziz, suspects that Fielding plans to marry Adila himself, and is deliberately absent when Fielding departs on leave, for England. 2 years later, in Mao, which is in central India, Godbole is the Minister of Education, and and through his influence, Aziz is Mao, the personal physician of Maharaj. And so it is the time of the Gokul Ashtami festival, to celebrate the birth of Krishna. And during the festivities, Fielding, remembers Mrs. Murray's trance-like state. And Aziz, learns of Fielding's arrival on an official visit as an education inspector with his wife and brother, but does not want to, meet him because he thinks that Fielding has married Adila. But when he meets him, he realizes that Fielding has married Stella, Mrs. Moore's daughter, by her second marriage and Ronnie's half sister. So later, he meets Ralph Moore and is strangely drawn to him just as he was to his mother. And they go to the Mao tank to see the Gokul Ashtami procession. And their boat, collides with Fielding's boat as he has come with Stella, and they all fall into the water. And though this accident helps to bridge the gap between them, they realize that they cannot be true friends while political inequality exists between uh, their two nations. So this is all about the novel. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir, we
sir.
can.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir, we can hear you.
Yeah, did you get the novel? This is a nice novel.
It's a nice movie too.
Yeah, yes. I actually haven't seen the movie. That is why I
Very good
didn't.
movie, sir. You should see it.
Yeah, I haven't seen this movie.
So it has Victor Banerjee as Aziz.
Okay. How many of
Yeah,
you
it's
have
a nice
seen the
movie.
movie?
I have seen not the Victor Banerjee one, the other one. There's another person representing.
Mazda, can you share
That
that
was,
link? If you can share the link, Mazda, Himani, any one of you
yes, sir.
can share the link.
Yes, sir, even I will share. I also have one.
Okay. So, I would like to, did you all understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we have
Yes, sir.
understood.
Yes,
It's very nice.
Sakshi. Yes.
Okay. So, what do you think that, how Foster has, what was Foster trying to, represent to the readers through this novel? Priti?
Yes, sir. Maybe he wanted to just bring to forth the great divide that that existed at that point of time, and how friendship, because it is basically about Aziz and Fielding, that their
Uh-huh.
friendship cannot exist and that this is something that they realize the hard way after going through the
Absolutely,
test of.
absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
And also just an inference from the books that we have been going through and the sessions that we have been having. I feel that modernist work, that is modernism,
Mhm.
generally it's an inward journey into characters. Somewhere it's into the characters' minds. Like we had this look back in Anger, a drama where again we discussed about the characters, and they were somewhat related to that absurdism waiting for Godot. Then
Okay.
this one, so everywhere they are more into the inward journey of these people. And even the last book that we were reading, that stream of consciousness thing lingers in all these works.
Mhm. Okay, okay. Yeah, I understand. So, why do you think that? Yes, Param, do you have any question?
Excuse me. What I feel that is two climaxes, or the climax in cave and the one in the court. These are much arbitrary and not convincing enough. I feel like that. But I didn't read the complete novel, so whoever read it may be able to answer this.
Okay, that is, your personal interpretation. Means the people can have their own view
Yes, yes,
based
yes.
on this.
But this is not convincing enough. Just she feels that she was molested, and in the court she retrieves this her accusation. So this not convincing enough, I think.
Okay, so why is the name a passage to India? Just in one line, why is the name passage to India?
I know that
It
yes,
is
I don't know exactly why, but he had E.M. Foster had visited India twice, and on that basis only what he has written. So I don't know because of his
yes, it is
less
about the
visit to
Indian
India or what.
experience. It is about an Indian experience, and for them it is something new and a passage to man to maybe antiquity or different culture, something like that.
Okay, yes, Sri Dash, Sri,
Hi, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah.
So, sir, this title would carry both, like the literal in literal sense as well as in symbolic sense. Why? Because he had a physical journey from England to India, and then in literal sense or interpretation, what I mean to say is uh, he has symbolized the metaphorical passage between the cultures and his world views, uh, from the sense of understanding India, uh, as well as he uses this journey to explore the themes of cultural clash or personal relationship or colonialism, how it impacted India and its culture, and this whole thing actually encapsulates the idea of traversing, geographical and cultural divide between how England was at that time and how India was at that time of colonialism. So the complexities and challenges the people faced in India due to this, I think this is why it is kind of apt for a title.
Basically, if you see, it was, his experience, his, the authors, traveled to India.
So it was through the eyes of Fielding, right?
It was to the eyes of Fielding.
Uh, the character's name who visits India.
Means, okay, yes, Mazda.
Yes, sir. A passage to India. A passage, a passage is a French word, le passage. Ça veut dire qu'on ne peut pas rester pour longtemps. Means that we cannot stay there for a long period of time. When you have a place like you are walking, so this place is like a bridge. You uh, across this bridge without staying for a long time. This
Okay,
is the
okay.
meaning of passage in French.
Yes, yes,
So
yes, yes.
maybe Foster he meant that this trip to India of Adila and Mrs. Moore and Ronnie, he was there for work, but especially Mrs. Moore and Adila, it was like a short trip, and during this trip, they made up their mind. For example, for Adila, she made up her mind about marriage, and she refused marrying Ronnie, and they broke up. And for Mrs. Mori, it was the end of her life. For Aziz, he it was like a dream where he finishes by at the beginning he refused to get married, but at the end he changed his mind and he starts dreaming about wife. Mr. Fielding, he had the problem with his countrymen, but at the end he got married to a British woman.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
right. So what is the main conflict that you find in the passage of India?
It's about racism, and colonization,
Okay.
because the Anglo Indians and the red nosed. You know, in the book and the novel, they say red nosed about the white people, which is a funny nickname. Like they're red nosed. So when when I read this, um I laugh at this word because um, I found it like a comic. They made them like comics. So the way the British people they treated the Indians and the way they don't like to get in relationships with them. But Aziz, he was longing to have a good friendship with Mr. Fieldings since he was a good man.
Vishaka, please mute yourself. Vishaka, Vishaka, hello.
Shaka, please note.
Vishaka, can you please mute yourself? Vishaka, can you hear me? Hello? Yes, Anugya?
Sir, according to me, Britishers were a little bit biased toward the Indian also.
Biased?
Yeah, they were a little bit biased toward Indians. I thought in this point.
What is the biasness that you're talking about? Please
Uh,
explain that.
uh, Sir, Ajit was not guilty, na? But they confirmed that he is a guilty man. Na? He was a. I don't know. I just read the summary. I thought different.
Basically, you find the Britishers, the main conflict you find, as it was said, that the Britishers and the Indians. You find the religious antagonism between the Hindus and the Muslims also. So Indians as a class dislike the Britishers, but because they are rulers and they discriminate against the Indians. Vishaka, could you please mute yourself?
Hello, sorry, sir. Yes, sir.
I think it's a
Hello.
conflict between the rulers and the ruled. So they can never, it's a very big divide. So the idea of people coming together or staying friends or is almost next to impossible. And the kind of nature that Ronnie had developed after being in India for so long uh, was such that even Adela, though she was engaged to him, even she couldn't bear his nature because he had changed as a person. So maybe the realization that that he did not have a compassionate side led her to decide that he was not the right person for her.
Okay. Vishaka, you are still, you are not muted. Please mute yourself.
Yes, sir. 1 second, please.
There's a mute button down. You can just click on that and you will mute. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
It is,
Yeah,
excuse,
so yes,
it is
Param.
about the novel is about the clash of culture, Eastern and Western.
Yes, correct. I was just coming to that. It is
Okay.
basically the cultural clash, the cultural conflict, on first is, passage to India. So, okay. So, what do you think about the writing style, the, about Foster's, writing style in this, you know, particularly uh, in a passage to India. Those who have read the full book, they can only say. Okay, yes, Master.
Sir, I will talk about myself when I started reading the book. When I
Hmm.
started reading the first page and go on to the second, the third, this is the style of writing of this author. I found it like, as if I am taking this chord and he's bringing me after him, like a shadow, as if I am following a shadow. This is what I felt. So I couldn't stop reading, especially when he describes the moon, the river, uh, the light on the water, the hills, the houses, the darkness there. So his style of description, I like it very much. Even if when he makes the characters think loud, as is when he's thinking loud, it made me like as if I am hearing him and he's next to me. He makes him think loud in a way that you feel like this person is talking to you. So
You
this is
feel it more lively.
yes. So I feel that this character, as if he's sitting next to me and he's talking to me. So this is why I
Oh,
like I I like this
okay.
book because this the style of this writer. I didn't find the right word to describe it. In fact, so I feel I am there in this
It
book.
can be, style of writing. Style of writing is, about the language, about how the writer has tried to put the text to readers. Yes, Shri?
Hello, sir. So,
Shri,
sir, his E.M. Foster's writing style in A Passage to India is very descriptive. Like he has gone into details about the culture and when building the characters as well.
so what
And
was he trying to show through his descriptive nature? What was he trying to bring forth to the readers?
uh, it is basically to provide insight into the thoughts and feelings of the characters, and also it is providing us an opportunity to understand the complex social dynamics and the personal relationships that are depicted in this novel,
Anyone else? Yes,
as
Uttara?
well as he is describing the landscapes, the settings, the the like poetries, the name of the renowned poets there. So yeah, I mean, richly descriptive in nature.
Okay, okay, thank you. Yes, Uttara?
More of a very realistic conversation going on. Like, if you see Ronnie and his mother, Miss Murray, they no, yeah, when they, Mrs. Murray, right? Yeah, whenever they spoke, it's like he was very open. The style is very realistic. He's very open about his idea towards Indians. Like, he keeps warning not to, mingle with the natives. And when you see the Aziz conversation with Fieldings, you find that he's very open. Like, they are expressing their realistic thoughts. It's more like whatever going on in the opinion about them, like the Britishers, or Britishers having the opinion about the Indians. Like, there is this constant ideas of them is being portrayed in a very realistic way. Maybe they are very open or straightforward in their conversation.
So, if you
So you get
see
an idea
Foster's
of both the sides. You can't blame them anyone, because you constantly see the Britishers are very conscious because they know their
no, no, no,
status
no, no, no,
of as a
you are going out of the topic. What my question is different. You are going out of the topic. My question is, my question was, the style that Foster has written. Let us stick to what I'm asking. That is what I want. Yes, yes, Mazda.
Yes, his style, he was straightforward. Like he's writing what people say, how they
Yes,
think, and
correct,
the normal,
correct.
in the language of everyday. Like even it's like their dialect when they repeat the same word to make a confirmation of something or to emphasize something. This is what I noticed. Like
Okay,
India,
okay. Thank
when
you,
they
thank
want
you.
to. Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you. So he was trying to, through his writing style, if you read the novel, it is very simple. It is very, directly written. There's no, mess in it that you will not understand. And he was trying to show the truth of life, the truth of life. The um, the beautiful amusingness which is not without truth, and you find his way of writing, his style of writing is very easy, very simple, very sort of amusing, metaphorical. So that is how he writes. Okay, am I clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And sir,
Yes,
this is
sir.
just an addition to
Yeah.
what we have discussed. I mean, this is not regarding the style as such, but I
Mhm.
feel that the somehow the symbols of religion, that is the temple celebration at the end of the novel, and initially Aziz meeting Mrs. Moore in the mosque, is when people come together, when they are at a religious place, when they are at a place. These places bring people
Yeah,
together
yeah.
in the form of a celebration or in the form of finding peace in the mosque. But on the other hand, the caves were the ones that divided everybody. They divided Henry Fielding and Aziz. They divided Adela. They divided everybody. That is when Adela realized that she did not want to be with Ronnie, or she did not love him. So and Mrs. Moore also, she also fell into that thing. So that one place is what led to all the trouble. The beginning and the end where people came together because of these religious symbols that they bring people together. Somehow, my understanding.
Yeah, 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 correct, correct. Okay, so actually, I had told you today I will be ending the class by 7:15, and Yes, I had also requested the RC, and the RC has also agreed to give one more class on Sunday. I will let you know. I'm sure all of you are there in the group.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes.
in the group and in the email also, I'm sure you will get one email from the RC. We'll have one class for the last block on Sunday, that is 25th, and the timing will be the RC will let you know, and also I will also let you know in the group. Um, Remy, there is a group, there's a WhatsApp group where people are there. If you haven't joined, you can ask someone to help you in joining the group. Yes, Vandana?
Hello.
Yes, Vandana?
Hi, sir. Very good evening.
Good
So I
evening.
wanted to speak in the end of the class only.
Yeah, yeah, please.
So actually, I'm not from the English literature background. I'm from commerce
Okay.
background, and I wanted to join all the classes that was provided by you. But
Yeah.
somehow I have an infant to look after, so therefore I was quite busy, and I wanted to join, but due to some reason I was not able to join your classes. So,
Mhm.
sir, I'm facing some problem. Like I have also watched this movie, but when it comes to how to describe it or how to talk about a particular person, so I found it like really difficult. So
Okay.
can you just give some suggestions, like how should I go through the British? I
Uh,
mean, just
Means how you need to
yeah,
write
yeah, yeah.
the
How
answer.
should I go as with the, I wanted to say, like, if I want to read a novel or I wanted to watch a movie regarding that. So how should I mean, overcome this issue of I mean, I'm not able to
So you need
elaborate
to
or
first
explain.
understand, okay, first you need to understand the author, what is the background of the author, and the setting, how, the author has written, where, when, how that came into existence. And then, uh, you need to connect to that period, to to the novel, and then you need to understand how the author has represented the
The
um,
style of writing.
is this, yes, the characters,
Yeah.
okay, how the characters have been placed, and the themes, you need to understand the themes.
I have done like everything. Like I've written the character's name and the relationships between them. I have watched the
See,
movie. I
the
tried
writing
what
style, if
gave
you,
and
you
everything. I
want,
knew all the story, the whole story. But when it comes to how to explain and how to write it, like I wanted to complete.
you better, what you do is try to download some papers, research
Previously,
papers, you will be able
yes, sir.
to understand the, now see, because it is like, when you write about, like, I can tell you what do you write. Initially you write about the author, then you talk about, a little bit about the novel, and then you directly jump to the question, what the question is asking.
Okay.
Okay. So it is not always the, you write, people, generally what they do is they write the summary. No, that's not what we
So
want.
that's why I'm also facing problem in like how to write an assignment. I don't know. I really don't know how to represent myself when I while answering the
Okay,
questions.
if you have written, are you there in the group?
Yes, sir. I am there in the group.
Okay, if you have written an answer, or you are writing, unless I, read what you have written, how will I tell you, what you should, where you should modify your answers?
I agree to your point, but I don't know how to initially, start and how to present my answer. Like as I said as I said that before, I have I know, gone through the book. I have gone through what I mean, the movie is talking about. I know what the whole story, but how to write it exactly? I mean, I'm not from the
Okay, okay.
literature
So I'll
background, so
send you.
therefore,
I'll send you. I had told that I'll send some papers in the group. So I'll send you some papers in the group. Please read that. Try to understand how, in what context it has been written, how it has been structured. And then you start writing your assignment question and send it to me and let me then see. Okay. And then I'll tell you, where you fall short.
Okay, that will be a great help. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
One of you, please remind me tomorrow, Uttara, if I see you are quite active in the group. So if you can remind me tomorrow, maybe at around 6 o'clock in the evening, I'll send you some of the papers.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Sir, we have actually have a
yes.
drive where I will also ask the students to star mark whatever sir is sending in the group, as well as I will post it in the drive which we have for the students, MEG or MEG students. So kindly also go there. Whatever is shared in the group is been shared, uploaded there. So kindly go through the drive once. If you think that you can't access the WhatsApp messages immediately, then please go and check the drive. Thank you, sir. I will remind you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
And
Thank
regarding
you,
your
everyone.
classes, sir, one more thing
Yeah,
regarding
yeah.
your classes, we are recording Vandana and I'm uploading it every day in the drive so that people who misses the classes in 6 to 7, 8 to 6 to 8, I'm uploading it and I'm actually mentioning it in the group that I'm uploaded. Go and check. So kindly check the drive. In MEG-3 recorded classes, you will find all the videos of sir's class. Thank you, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. I did so. I did. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
sir.
And let's meet for the last class on Sunday.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, sir.
sir. Yes, sir. Thanks
Yes,
so
sir.
much,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
welcome, all of you.
Hello.
We are there. We are still there patiently.
Actually, I want to ask that for MEG-5, it's not mentioned for us in the timetable. It is not mentioned for the MEG students.
No. Actually, na, it is for whoever is there. It's maybe a printed error. Whoever has MEG-5 can actually attend those classes. See, the thing is for MEG students, they have the option of selecting the course. So some people will not select MEG-5, they will select MEG-4. So that's why maybe they might have not mentioned it. You understand? There is this compulsory
Yes,
paper
yes.
is MEG 4 and 5 in some cases. So that's why they might have not actually mentioned you. But you can, since you have got the link and you have MEG 5 in your course, you can actually attend those classes. You need not have to worry because nobody checks. Actually, right now, whoever attending these class, we never know who are the people from MEG or some diploma course, we never know. So you need not have to worry about those things.
That's the thing I
Acha,
want to ask.
Uttara,
6:30. I
I
think
just
time is 6:30.
today do we have class? Any more class of MEG-5 also?
No.
Not today,
I
we
don't
have
have
tomorrow.
class. The next class probably. Tomorrow from tomorrow. I actually saw that message when I got the mail in December, I guess. I
Hmm.
by December end I got the mail. And I actually sent a mail to the IGNO, RC. But they didn't respond.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow
But
will
then,
start.
since we have, then we attended one. Since we attended one of those this classes from MEG 1, they said that this compulsory paper is MEG 4 and 5. You can choose any one. So maybe that is the reason why they have not mentioned any specific, course name there.
And I
Because for
believe, and I,
next students, they have the option of selecting 4 or
and
5.
I
We are
Yes,
body
listen,
mail
we have no
for
choice.
my
Only
No,
option only
Tushar,
MEG 5.
for yeah, I'm
and
coming
I
to
got
that
the
only.
mail in
For RT
January.
Kolkata, don't have a choice. It's choice for other thing subjects. 5 is compulsory over here, and
Okay.
for
For
second year,
RT,
I so 5 is
for
definitely
RT Delhi,
compulsory.
MEG
For
5 is compulsory.
4 is compulsory. No, Delhi, I think so.
For second year
For
for us, I
Delhi,
think it's
5 is
14 or 15
compulsory.
is compulsory for us. For Delhi,
5 is
MEGOA
Okay.
5
compulsory.
is compulsory. Yeah.
For here also, we have 5 is compulsory.
For Delhi,
so
1, 2, 3, and
should we attend
taken
all the meetings
I
What?
got the mail in January.
of MSG 5?
I got it by
Should we
December
attend all of them?
end.
okay,
I
Uttara,
got it.
I want to
So whoever has MEG
it's
5
a
in your
combination like
whoever has MEG
yes,
5
yes,
in
yes. I
your
want to
course, you can attend these classes.
yeah,
What?
I have. And where from? Where will I attend? From where?
Same link from tomorrow onwards.
It's the
Same
same
link,
link,
Onwards,
yeah,
same
for
link.
all.
Where we have joined this one? Yes, yes.
6:30
Okay,
onwards
okay.
from tomorrow.
I will send the PDF again. I'll send the PDF again since we got that time change and professor changed now for MEG 3. No, MEG 2. So we got the
6:30
new
now
schedule.
already.
Let
Okay.
me check whether it's 6:30 or 6 o'clock. And I'll send you the recent one,
6:30.
okay?
6:30.
It's
It is
6:30.
on
Yeah, then it's
6:30.
6:30 to 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you recorded yesterday class?
You can attend whoever has
And
what
one more
class here? Yeah, I didn't record yesterday's class because there's too much of technical
Technical
issue and
issue.
network issue
Yeah.
going on. Half of the time I couldn't hear and my voice couldn't hear, sir couldn't hear. So
So it is quite difficult.
it is pointless for me to record that big. It is almost 500 to 600 MB. It's
Okay,
pointless
okay.
because half of the content is not being.
and one more
And
thing,
Uttara's
Indra,
voice, as far as I feel, is quite clear and nice. It's very clear and pretty loud enough. And it's not hard. And there's some technical issue, definitely.
and one more thing.
Uttara's
I
voice
don't
is
get you.
actually very
What?
clear. No, I'm saying if there was actually some issue because I had attended yesterday, and Uttara's voice is quite clear. If it's not heard, that means there's definitely an issue.
No, sir couldn't.
And I'm complimenting
Sir
you, yeah.
couldn't hear, and there was this one person. There was one person called Pooja, and even her voice couldn't be heard. I keep my captions on, so I could read her. I mean, whatever she's saying now, it is coming as a subtitle under
Okay.
my video, but her voice is
Okay,
not
okay,
heard.
okay.
Then only I realized maybe
It's
sir
not
couldn't
clear, no?
hear my voice. That's why he didn't respond.
Yes.
Even I couldn't hear that Pooja's voice, but she was talking.
And one more thing, इग्नू ऐसी मेल नेवर मतलब कभी रिप्लाई नहीं आता उनका.
Yeah, that's why I put the mail to the grievance page.
Yes, yes, yes. I
Because since
always
we
fill
are
up the
MEGOL
grievance.
students, and and also I can't go and visit the RC. I'm only free on the weekends, and weekends it's not working day. So I just put
Yes,
up
let
all
me
the
tell
mail
you
in the grievance, and I just clarify.
that. But let me tell you what happened with me. My LMS portal, it is showing that I have to submit my assignment on 31st September 2023.
31st September, that is for that is for January session. Remember one thing, whether you are
I know,
23 batch or
but I have
24
put it.
batch, for
I
January
know,
sessions, no, for January session, it
I
is
know,
you should
but I
submit it by September,
but I
and for July session, March.
yes,
That is how. No, actually,
that
when I applied now, I applied at the starting of September, and it showed that I need to submit my assignment in September 31st. And I
yes,
immediately
yes,
put the
same here.
mail to the grievance center. Then they said, no, no, you don't need to, submit your assignment since your registration and data shows that you have applied recently. your submission date is on March 31st. They sent me the reply saying that you can your
Yes, yes, yes.
officially you need to
Same,
submit in
same,
31st March, so you don't get
same thing
confused
happened
with
with
all these
me.
things.
Same thing happened with me. I have taken admission
Okay.
in August, July 23 session, and they send me a mail that I have to submit assignment on 31st September.
Yeah. Even in my
And I
LMS portal, it
repeatedly,
showed that it is overdue. I got really scared. What is this within 1 month? I didn't even get my proper confirmation clearly, and it shows that I need to, submit in 31st September. Then, when I raised a
I
mail, then they cleared it. Then only I could breathe.
yes, I continuously sent them email, but they didn't reply. And after that, finally, I fill up the governance form, and they replied me.
Yeah, that's why I usually put in grievance letter. You will get the reply within 2 to 3 days.
No, I get it in within 1.5 hours. But still, when they didn't reply, after they didn't reply, I was like, मैंने अभी admission लिया and I have to submit my was assignment on in within 1 month without any classes, without any study material. How can I submit my assignment within a month?
What? Our session is actually enough for July session. It is the compulsory date is March 31st. For January session, it is
Yes, yes.
September 31st. It is like why it is saying 31st is sometimes if you are not appearing for this March or June exams, you may think that you want to appear in December. So at that time, you need to submit your assignment by September. So maybe because of that, it is for everyone now, not only for you or me. It is for all the online students.
Yes,
So
yes.
it just in the calendar, it just appears like that. So they have started now, so maybe it will improve later on. Maybe it will improve, like according to the student registration number, it will change. You never know.
Are you able to download your iCard?
Haven't tried yet. I have to start doing all those things, but I have not started with that yet. I'll
Actually, I am
update you
able to
guys if I
download.
have any.
What
Actually,
about ABC account? Have you created ABC account or not?
I am not
No,
able
not
to.
yet.
If you created, so let me know.
Actually, I am
If
not
you
able
have
to
a
download my iCard.
DigiLocker, do you have a DigiLocker? Do you have a DigiLocker for you? Have you created any
No,
DigiLocker
no, and it,
account and stored your? If you
yes, yes, yes. One
have a
more thing, it is
DigiLocker account, then you can link it with Samrat portal, Samrat portal.
yes, yes.
You can link that, and you
It is
can
compulsory.
yeah, it is
Yes,
compulsory.
yes. It's compulsory to make ABC account for all
ABC
the
account
students.
is part of DigiLocker. They said ABC account is part of DigiLocker. So if you have a
Yes,
DigiLocker account, then
and
you can
is it
actually
compulsory?
through that you can link it.
Is
Yes,
it
Like
it is
compulsory?
compulsory because all your records, all your mark sheet, whatever you are appearing for these exams, you have to create your ABC account, and all your mark sheets will be directly uploaded in that. Okay, it will be safely uploaded in that. There is no hassle
Okay,
like
okay,
I
thank
didn't
you.
receive mine, they didn't send me no, that the problems will not be like that. So if you have a DigiLocker or ABC account now, if you link it with igno, then whenever you give your exams, your automatically your mark sheets and your all the credentials will be uploaded directly to your ABC account, and you can keep it safe. And one more thing is, if you are a person who travels a lot, like if you are in Delhi and you get transferred before completing this course, if you're going to some other state and living there, then you need to change now the entire process. But I think there is a very limited process here. If you have an ABC account, and you have to talk to your regional center and some mails you have to send, and that's it. Again, there will be no problem in receiving your mark sheet, because the IGNO will update all your mark sheet into this account digitally. You will get it all in ABC account, all your mark sheets and everything.
And guys, please let me know if you all are able to download the iCard because मेरे पास नहीं आ रहा है.
I am MEG students and I download my iCard, so not a
You are
problem.
offline student or online?
I am MEG student, not online.
Yes, yes, that's why you are able. But many of the online students are not able to download their iCard.
Acha, okay.
They have
One
short
Okay, thank
person
term.
you.
called
Thank you,
Kritika
Uttara
in there is
and
this one
Chabbi.
person in Telegram, Kritika. So you can ask her, because she is helping most of the people who is finding difficult to download this ID card na from the portal. She is helping them how to do. So you can contact Kritika from. Are you there in Megal group? I will tag her name with your message.
No,
She's
no,
there in our
no, no, no.
Megol
I
group,
will.
and she's also there in Telegram group. She will guide you, because she
I,
helped a lot of students to. So lot of them had this issue, so she helped them to how to download your IDs. So you can ask her.
actually, the
Her
thing
name is
is, IGNO is
Kritika.
showing my username and password is wrong.
Oh,
IGNO is showing me my username and
what was your username?
they had mailed me my
You don't
username and
remember your
password,
username and
which I
password?
was the username and password which I have set. They had already sent me on my email ID, but now they are showing it wrong. I am totally
Then
able to
try
open my
visiting your.
LMS. I am totally able to open my LMS portal, but I am not able to open my username and password to download my iCard.
Just check your mail for the confirmation mail or any mail related to this now when you applied for your course. Check whether they have given any username and default password. Just check whether you received anything in that mail. Once you check, and if you have any problem, then try raising a question in IGNO site, like how to change your password, or
What I
get
am
your
thinking,
accounts
what I am
signed in.
thinking that what I am thinking is that according to me, there will be no iCard for the online students, I think.
No, everyone has an iCard. Everyone actually receives an ID card. We will not be having a physical ID card, but we will get our ID card through this a soft copy. You check your mails, and you just check. Tomorrow we'll meet now in the class. That time you can tell me if you have problem. Then I'll send a number, Kritika's number, in the chat. You can just talk to her,
Okay, okay.
or she will be attending the class
Okay.
also. You never know, so I'll let you know. If you have any problems, just check your mails and check whether you received any details regarding this ID card link, and to sign in username, password, any details regarding that. If you don't find anything, then we'll just see what to do about it.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay,
Have
guys,
you have you
bye.
submitted your assignment?
Huh. No, I'm starting my assignment. Because of my kids, I couldn't start. My mom is coming to Delhi soon, so after she arrives, I'll be finishing and submitting all my assignments by
Okay, okay.
31st
Actually,
March.
I have submitted two assignments.
Okay.
ME for MEG 1 and 2.
So Uttara, whoever wants to give the
MEG?
exam now as in
MEG 1 and 2. British poetry or British drama?
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
this
Babita.
Yes,
is so. It is
You
Babita.
an
were saying
envious.
something.
Yeah, yeah. I was saying that whoever wants to apply now for give the exams in July session, in this July session, we also have to
Okay.
submit our assignment by March 31st itself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever exams you are giving on July, you have to submit those assignment, at least those assignments by
Exactly.
31st March. If you pass
And
this only, you will be eligible to write your exams. They will give you this pass mark. Then only they'll give you this green flag that you have passed your assignment and you can just write your exam. Then only we can give our exams. Then only our what do you call this hall ticket will be issued, I guess. So you need to pass your assignments.
are you sure? But we
The
didn't get the
exam will be in the online mode,
exam.
na?
Your exams is online mode.
Yes, I think so that exam will be in
No, no,
online
no.
mode.
We are writing offline. No, no, no. We are writing in offline mode. Your submission of assignment
Offline
only
only.
is online.
Correct.
Other things are all offline.
Correct.
But exams are already in the online mode.
No, no,
I
no.
don't know.
For everyone, we have
So
to
one more
check with the. We will have.
It is
Oh,
Uttara,
yeah,
mentioned in
tell
the
me.
one more
online
thing.
admission brochure.
For one more thing, Uttara, one more thing. Suppose I intend to give one or two exams in this July session, but the rest in this year only, 2024, in December. So that also we have to submit
Then
the
you need to
this
submit your.
assignment.
See, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm telling you. So, in case if you are writing MEG 1 and 2 now, then you have to submit those assignment at least. Okay, at
That
least.
is for
If
sure.
you
Huh?
can
That I know.
submit
Huh?
all the four, it
Hmm.
is fine. All the four is
Okay,
fine. If
okay.
you are attending
And
only two, then that two assignments you have to submit. Then for December, for 3 and
fair
5,
enough.
you are taking 3 and 5
Yes.
in December, then you have to submit in
When you submit them.
September and you have to write this assignment which is issued in September. Okay, you get it now. See, now you should not write the assignment which topics which are given in Jan session. You have to choose the assignment which is given on the July 2024. There will be a folder, they will update you. You have to attend those MEG 5 and 3 questions. You get it? And you have to upload them.
Wait, I'm slightly.
So the
I'm slightly
question for the
confused now.
assignments will keep
One thing is
changing.
clear.
The assignments for the
Oh,
questions will keep changing. Sometimes it will change, sometimes it will not change. Okay. So before 3 months before the submission, they will update you with the assignment topics on the portal. Okay. You get it now? So though we are July batch, we are actually writing the Jan 2024 assignment topics. Are you clear with this? Right now you are submitting in March, na? Which topic you are writing? Which session
yeah.
topic you are writing? The questions. Jan 2024 assignment
And
topics, right? That is the assignment topic you are choosing.
okay, okay. I'll
Hello.
get back to you. As such, listen. Whenever we have, got ourselves enrolled, that is not
You
important,
call
right?
me, you
When we
call
are
me
giving the
now.
exam,
You call me, I
yeah, I'll
will.
call you personally. And
You
actually,
call me, I'll
our
just
combination
explain
is
it to you
same
in
only.
detail.
Once we wait, yours and my combination is same only. Yesterday in the session, 1, 2, 3, and 5, right?
Hello,
One,
hello,
two, three, and
hello,
five.
1, 2, 3, and 5. Yes.
Uttara, correct?
hello,
And who else has this
Yes, yes. 1,
combination?
2, 3, and
Savi
5.
also?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Most
okay,
hello.
of the
okay,
people have this combination. Some MEG students have
okay,
chosen differently. MEG students, we don't know what they have
okay.
chosen, either 4 or 5. For all the MEGOL students,
Hello.
it is same. It is same 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Okay, and for we are ODL, we are ODL. So in our case, I think 5 is compulsory.
Ah,
1, 2, 3, and 5. That's why we have this
Hello.
combination. For second year, you all have decided what to
ah,
take
ah, ah.
the subjects.
No, it is
I
again
mean the
default
MEGs.
for us. It is again default for us. We have 6, 7, and 13, 14. I don't know whichever. I have to check. For MEGOL student, again, they have already decided the top subjects. We can't choose any subject. For default, it is there for us. American literature, one Indian
So
writing
can
is
you
there,
just check?
contemporary writing one is there, and then one more literary paper. It is all set for us.
Just like
For
that.
MEG students, you have to choose, but for us, it is.
Australian novel is also there. Australian novel is also there.
Who is ODL
No,
over here? ODL. Acha, who is ODL over here? If anyone active, please say.
But for second year in
Excuse me,
RC
I'm leaving,
Kolkata, again
okay?
RC.
You guys
Yeah, yeah,
continue.
sure, sure. Okay. Yeah, yeah, no, no, carry on, and even I will leave now. Okay, thanks.
For online students, it's mentioned that we will have online exams.
Okay,
100% online mode is there.
okay, okay. No, my question is, like for second year, your that is also dictated to you all that this is only compulsory. This is all.
They have
Only
not
between 14
mentioned
and
yet.
16.
They have not mentioned yet. When we will done re-registration, they will tell us.
Okay, for our case, it's not like that. First year is compulsory, 1, 2, 3, and 5. Over in RC Kolkata, everyone has the same combination. But for second, I think there's a choice. So now I'm quite confused.
I also
I
think so
had
that for second year we will have the choice because MEG 5 is compulsory for the online students,
okay, 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 okay.
and rest all the
For in the
subjects are
first
in
year,
choice.
in your first years, in your first
Yes,
years,
yes.
for the first years. Okay, okay. Thanks.
There is also difference in the different RCs. RC Delhi is offering another subjects. RC Kolkata, RC Bombay is showing different subjects. That's also a major difference regarding the subjects.
Yeah, because it's going to matter, now what kind of subject you take, and then you have to. It should be relatable. That's the thing.
Yes, for us MEG 5 is compulsory.
Okay, this is for the first year. You're saying.
Yes.
No, I think for second year it's compulsory or what? First year. Over here also first year CMG 5 is compulsory for
We
first
don't
year.
know about the second year because they have not shown the subjects when we were filling the form.
Okay, 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 okay. No, over here for first year only I'm saying 1, 2, 3 is option. I think that is also not option. That is also compulsory only. That's only we got. So I had to take that. And 5 was compulsory. So first is
Yes, I
basically
think
compulsory, second is an option.
there is some
ODL
difference
student.
between ODL in online mode.
Yes, yes, yes. There is a difference.
And there is a difference between in RCs also. Delhi 1 is offering another subjects, Delhi 2 is offering another subjects, Kolkata is offering another subject. So
I don't know why they do this kind. This should be same only. I think so. It's my personal feeling. It should be same only. Just too much of confusion.
for online students we have to study 9 blocks, and for offline students they have to study 8 blocks, 8 chapters.
Okay, yeah, really? I didn't know this one.
We have 9 novels in MEG 3.
Okay, some S. Reni has written some combination.
I think offline students have 8 novels and online students have 9 novels, 9 blocks. We have 9 blocks in each and every MEG subject. MEG 11 and 19, you have choice, Reni.
Yeah, I have.
From which RC you are?
Bhubaneswar, Odisha.
So you have choice in MEG 11, 19 or 15.
Huh, I have.
You are from the online mode.
Online mode.
But there is no choice for Delhi.
No choice for RC Kolkata also.
But what's the difference? I really don't understand this IGNU curriculum.
Acha, how does 11 and 19, what does 11 and 90 deal with? 3 and 5 we know. Rennie, are you there?
Rennie, what about the MEG 11 and 19?
Let me check once. I will send the PDF.
I think MEG 19 is Australian novel.
Australian novel, yeah. 1 minute.
Is it relatable, understandable? Because, I mean, it's out of the blue, isn't it? Little different, no? Is it, I mean, approachable? I mean, do you find it easy, moreover? Or you haven't opted to write right now? I mean, you appear for the exam, then it will be a different thing.
Yes, MEG 19 is Australian novel.
Okay, and 11?
11, I don't know.
Okay, okay. Because you're not appearing for it, so not bothering. That is okay. That's the beauty of IGNOU, no? You can have the option of uh, choosing which year, what to give, because there's an ample choice. I think of 4 years, no? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, but RC Delhi is not offering that opportunity to us.
Why? Why? How many years
No.
you have to complete your thing course within? How many years?
For
What's the structure?
actually
Usually it's
three,
four in
three,
RC that I know.
three.
3 years. So it's just as good as any normal, like a college kind of thing. Why like that?
Yes,
There's one recess of extra for 1 more year, na? So 4 years. That's the best to my knowledge. 4 years for us.
yes. Every
Okay.
each and every RC is offering.
4 years only.
Yes,
We are not going to wait till four
See,
years, but okay, it's there
American.
like an option. We will try to complete as early as possible, obviously. But
uh,
hmm,
MEG 11 is American novel.
11 is American novel. Okay.
okay,
Novels
okay.
and all, are slightly easy. I mean, not easy. Nothing is easy as in masters, but I feel so. I don't know. And where there are less RTCs, approach, annotations approach. Because wherever this annotation part comes, na, it's like you have to study, get into the whole nitty gritties, into the full finer details, isn't it? I feel so. And where you
I
have
also
long answers, isn't it?
I also feel the same thing.
Hmm. Same here. That is why I think it's quite a nice option. Yeah, one, if you can do, of course, there are many poems. You have to be smart to choose what you're going to approach or not, because no one in this world can. I mean, study all the whole in the entire syllabus. You'll go crazy, and then you have
Yeah.
to remember also, isn't it? The thing is, you have to remember also. Then maybe this poet will be interchanged by another poem, and things of that sort will happen.
Yes,
But
yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
isn't it? My goodness.
That's why we
I
also
mean,
have
that's
the choices. That's why we also have the choices in assignment question paper.
okay.
Out of 9 questions, we have to done only 4 questions.
Okay. Yeah, it's not so difficult. MEG one you finished or just started? I mean the
I have
assignment?
I have finished MEG 1 and MEG 2.
Okay. So 3 and 5. I don't know whatever your combination will be.
British
Acha.
poetry and British drama.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That I understood. Whatever is remaining, I'm saying. Also, you intend to do two. Approach
Remaining is
two
British
this time.
remaining is British novel and MEG 5 literature.
Okay. Okay. Chalo. Anything more to discuss? Other, best of luck. Good night. You want to say anything more? Shall I move?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Okay.